Alright, I'm going to show you how to make a blank 1.21 profile for LBP1, since I think a few people wanted to know how to do this because they didn't want to keep seeing the error message that popped up whenever they imported the one that I made. So, first thing we need to do is delete our save file if we have one for LBP1, and then open up your version 1.21 version of the game. Alright, now that we're in the game, we need to make a backup of our save file at this moment because this is where it has no progress on it. So to do that, you need to establish an FTP connection to your PS3, which I'm not going to show how to do right now. There's tutorials elsewhere. So once you do that, you need to find the save file, which is in dev hdd0 game, and then it'll be in this folder. In this case, it's this user4 with the game ID in front of it. So all I'm going to do is copy it and then put it somewhere on my computer. Great, so now I have a copy of the blank save file. Alright, so now what we have to do is we have to get up to the point where we can back up our profile, which is in the pod. So I will make my way to that point in the game now. Alright, I just played through intro a bit. I'm going to go back and do the skip, but I played through it so I could unlock the costumes thing, which I'm going to use later to prove that the backup we make is actually the blank one and not this save file that I'm adding progress to. So yeah, take note that I have unlocked the costumes menu. Alright, now that we're in the pod, we have to go through the process of backing up a profile, which the first thing we have to do is make sure we're the host. So if you're a guest, just change control number, you should change to the host. You'll know if you're the host because you won't have an extension in your name. This one says good twin, so I know I'm the host. Alright, so go into the backup profile menu and start to back up profile, but don't actually select it yet. At this point, we have to go back over to our file explorer and navigate back through to where the save file was. Here. Alright, so there's this user directory folder, which will have these two files, which have a number at the end of their name. Now, you might have to refresh it a couple times to show that they display the right name. See, it said 4 earlier, but now it says 6. 6 is the right name. So we have to take note of the two numbers that are in these names. Alright, so 1 and 6. Now I can go back and just delete this whole save file folder. Now go back and get your blank one, copy it, and paste it into the save data location as before. The whole reason this works is just because this save data folder is what's actually being backed up when you back up the profile. So we just replace it with a blank one right before it gets backed up, and that's pretty much it. Now what you have to do is go into that folder you just copied, back into the user directory folder, and rename these files to what they were earlier before we deleted that other one. And this one was a 4. No, it was a 6. Sorry, it was a 6. So I renamed it to 6. And once you do that, that's all you really have to do in your file explorer. So now we can go back to the game and back up the save file, save data. If you don't rename those two files to what they were before, it comes up with an error and you can't back it up. Right, and that's pretty much it. Now you have a blank profile for 1.21. And I can even just go import it right now to show that it worked. Yeah, so there's no error telling me that it's someone else's save file because I just made it myself. And I don't have the costumes menu unlocked, which if I actually just backed up the save file that I was, used to make it into the pod, that would be there. So I know it's a blank one because I don't have anything unlocked. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you need help, I guess you can ask on my Discord. But yeah, I hope this helped. All right, just another small thing. If you want to change the icon of the profile like I have with these ones, so you can identify it easier, you just have to copy this profile onto your computer, or either with USB or with using FTP again, and edit the icon PNG that's in there. You just have to, I'm pretty sure you just have to keep it as like the same resolution. But yeah, it's not hard.